Hi everyone, welcome back. Looking at index laws for the first time, starting from the beginning. I was talking to my Year 7 grandson about it and it got my brain going, and I could do a lot of this in a very simple way, and a way to get you going, which I do with him. Here we go. Back historically, people knew that they'd have to multiply a number by itself and then by itself often again, and by itself often again. So what was becoming a bit of a problem, that it was too long and they wanted a quicker way for doing it. So someone talked about the fact that if we wrote 3 with a little 2 above it, that means we're going to write 3 times by 3. How many times we're going to write it? The little 2 says we're going to write it twice. So then if I said I had 3 to the power of 3, and the way we talk about this is a lot of different ways depending on where you are in the world. Common to say 3, you'll hear me saying all the time, 3 to the power of 3. Some people will short it and they'll just say 3 to the 3. A little bit rough mathematically, but we all understand what we mean to it. 3 to the 3 is a nice shortcut way of saying it. So that means 3 times 3 times 3. So I write it 3 times. So if I had 10 to the power of 3, I've got 10 times by 10 times by 10. And if I had 5 to the power of 4, it means 5 times by the 5 times the 5. Now, like a lot of things in math, I talk about things are backwards. You're learning something that you don't see a purpose for as yet. Yeah, you hear me saying that, okay, I can do this sort of thing, I can do that sort of stuff. But later on, as math gets further down, this saves us a lot of work and a lot of time. Some of it comes into all sorts of topics like probability and all sorts of calculations that we need to do where things are repeated over and over again. So each of those are a basics of what the idea are. So if we now went to, here's the first thing where we start to come up with a problem. Once that system was invented, and say someone went, well, I've got 3 to the power of 2, and I want to multiply it by 3 to the power of 3. What does it mean? So the obvious thing is, that means 3 times 3, and that means another 3 times 3 times 3. So, by the way, did any of those turn into 9s? No. This is what we call the base. I mean, I do talk about it being the bottom. The bottom is a 3. On this one, the bottom is a 5, but we don't talk mathematically about the bottom, we talk about a base. So that's a base of 5, that's a base of 10. So we had a base of 3, that means we're writing lots of 3s. How many have I got? How many do I have? I've got 3, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of them. So we know when we multiply a 3 with a little 2, multiplied by a 3 little 3, we end up with a 3 little 5. I do refer to these as baby numbers. For the people who struggle with their maths, the little pictures you can get, the better. And I talk about them as small or baby numbers. And part of what I talk about with baby numbers, and I always laugh about, is that babies can count. Now I've got grandkids. I've presently got a little 2-year-old grandson, and if I said to him I've got 2 duckies and I've got 3 duckies, how many duckies do I have? And he'd come up with 5. But if I said to him I wanted to multiply, he doesn't know how to multiply yet. But I love the duckies. So the baby numbers, this little baby number of 3 and this little baby number of 2 and this little baby number of 3, if we add them together, it so happens we get the 5. So if I had 2 to the power of 4 by 2 to the power of 2, try not to make it too long, this means write 2 times itself 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one means write 2 times itself twice. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the 2's, have another look here, the 2's don't suddenly turn into a 4. They are the base of 2. So we're talking about numbers written in lots of 2 to the power. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 2 to the 6. And the shortcut, a lot of people call it index law, and the index law 1 is when we're multiplying, the bases stay the same, and you add the powers. So look at this one, we're multiplying, the bases stay the same, so the 3 and the 3 become a 3, and many students will turn into a 9. And it makes sense for them to make it into 9, but unfortunately it's mathematically wrong, and you can add the powers. If you're ever stuck though, you can always go, that's 3 times 3, and that's times another 3 times another 3 times another 3. So we got 5. Remember, originally, the only thing they decided was 3 times itself 5 times, we can write 3 with a little 5 above it. So again, one last one. The 2 stay the same, they're the base, a base of 2, a base of 2 stays a base of 2. Why can we add the 4 and the 2? Because we know we're going to write out 4 of them, and 2 of them we're writing out 6 of them all together. I hope it helps. If you're enjoying it, can you spread the word? It'd be good to see more people getting the benefit of this. It's just really helpful if you can just let people know and tell them.